Alright, hello everyone. This is my first video, so bear with me. But in this video, I wanted to go over some common grammar terms that you'll hear no matter what language you're learning. I feel like this will be a good baseline, especially for my Korean students, but also for anyone trying to learn a foreign language. Okay, so in this video, I broke it down into 5 different parts. I have what is grammar, then I talk about subjects, verbs, objects, and adjectives. Now, if you're watching this video for the first time, I recommend watching the entire video just to get a brief overview. If you ever have to come back to this video as a reference, then I'll leave timestamps up above and you can go ahead and click to that so you don't need to watch the whole video over again. Okay, so firstly, what is grammar? So I put grammar gives words meaning. What I mean by that is I can say words like the dog, cat, him, ran, plays basketball, but the words themselves don't have much meaning. When we put them together in a sentence, then that's when you can gain information from that. And the way that we put words into sentences is using grammar. So how I think of it is that grammar is like the backbone of language. Okay, next is subject. So a lot of people, they define subject as who or what you're talking about in the sentence. So I do think that is true, but I've noticed that when you add in other grammar terms like topic into a sentence, then it can get a little bit confusing. So the definition that I've come up with for subject is the person or thing that is doing the verb or the action in the sentence. Or it's the thing or person that's being described in the sentence. Okay, moving on to verb. So verb is pretty straightforward. It's just another word to say an action. So the verb in the sentence is the action that's happening in the sentence. For example, the dog eats. So the word eats is the action in the sentence. And so obviously the verb is done by the subject. Alright, now object. This one is a little bit more tricky. I've noticed this is kind of where a lot of confusion comes in. But the definition that I have of this is it's the thing being affected by the action. Now, if we go back to the example of the dog eating, the dog eats, the dog is doing the act of eating. So eating is the verb. Now, if I want to know what the dog is eating, maybe the dog is eating dog food. In that sentence, eating is the action, but if we want to know what the dog is eating, then we're talking about the object. So if I said the dog is eating dog food, then I know the object in that sentence is the dog food because the act of eating, which is done by the dog, is being done to the dog food. And if you've noticed, most of these objects, they're usually a noun, a person, place, or thing. Okay, and last one for this video, adjectives. Now, adjectives you can simply think of as descriptive words. So, pretty, kind, tall, big, small. Those are all descriptive words. They're all adjectives. So, we use adjectives in 2 different ways in English. The first one is usually we attach it before a noun. So for example, I can say the tall man, or we use it at the end of the sentence, as in the man is tall. Okay, so some other examples of adjectives in sentences would be the hairy dog eats dog food. In that sentence, I'm talking about the dog. The dog is still the subject, but what kind of dog? I'm describing it, the hairy dog. Or in another sentence, if I wanted to focus on the dog and describe the dog, then I could say the dog is hairy. Alright, and that's the 5 terms that I wanted you to learn in this video. Just to recap, we'll go over each one again. Okay, so grammar, it's the backbone of language. The subject, it's who or what is doing the action. Verb is the action. Object is the thing being affected by the action. And adjective are simply descriptive words. Alright, thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped a little bit. If you still have any questions, go leave it in the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching.